everyone. I am jumping on today to just kind of share some light on how to pass the PTCB exam. I am going to give a couple of people to an opportunity to log on. That way they won't miss what I'm going to give you guys. It's going to be quick tips and nuggets. I decided to do this before I end my work day today. I've gotten many calls today about people who were not able to pass their board exam. I want to let you know that a lot of you guys are overthinking it. You are totally overthinking it, and you are giving yourself the blues. If you are in this group right now, and if you could see my live, please share this to every study group that you know that is studying for the PTCB. This video will not be long at all. I am simply coming on before I end my workday to share some PTCB and EXCPT exam tips, as well as to give you some encouragement, okay? Please don't give up on yourself. You guys are headed in the right direction. You just need a little bit of assistance, okay? So again, please share this as you are on. I am also going to share my video to the group as well. If you have someone that you know who is struggling to pass this PTCB exam or EXCPT exam, this is a great time for you to share this video with them, okay? The first thing, hey, Elder Pruitt, how are you? Please share this to the PTCB study group. Please, 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 so they can see this. I don't want them to miss out on this. The first thing I want to say is, let's study from one book. We want to study from one book and one book only. Hey, Marie, how are you? It's good to see you. The book that I recommend is the Pharmacy Technician Certification Examination Yellow Book by Mosby, okay? The reason why I recommend this book is because it has so much information in it that will help you as you are studying for the exam, okay? You will also notice too that the PTCB blueprint is in this book. It is geared towards passing the board. I know so many people who pass this board. All it takes is one book and one person to believe in themselves. And as long as you study this one book, and it doesn't have to be this book. Please don't think that it has to be this one. I truly believe that books are what you make them. And if you utilize it to your advantage and make it work for you, it will work. It definitely will. But it just takes one book, okay? The second thing is, I've given you guys so many free PTCB apps, okay? They're also posted on my page. They have PTCB, let's see here, PTCE apps. They also have the top 200 drug apps, RXpert. There is a PTCB app with the snake kind of swirling around the pole. That's another thing that you want to utilize as a free resource to you to pass this board exam. Please understand that the more money that you spend, just because you spend $300 on books, doesn't mean you're going to pass. You don't have to spend $75 on a book. You can get this book used. You can get any book used, okay? Another thing that I was going to share with you guys today too, from my friends who are struggling with math. If you are struggling with math, get the Pharmacy Calculations for Technicians book. This book I purchased for $2.99. And now look, don't talk about my book. It has lived with me over the years and through the times, okay? It has helped so many students, okay, pass the board. I have helped and worked with over 200 students, and they have passed the board. They have been successful. They have gone through our course. And so this book has gotten us through some rough times. I've had it since 2014, so look, don't talk about me. But if you're looking for a way to pass the board and you're struggling with calculations, this book gives you information on how to pass the board and how to study for the math part of the board. Okay, I was told today too that some individuals, was a good friend of mine, took the board exam. Person that I'm working with right now, I consider him to be a friend, and was not really successful, and did not have any math. And so again, I will tell you too, it doesn't mean that you have to study for math in order to be successful. You just want to make sure that math is somewhere in your agenda as you are studying, but it should not be your focal point, because pharmacology and everything that is on the blueprint is what you want to study for. Okay, now I'm going to move over to the blueprint. Now, I have told so many people, please, 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 please download this blueprint, download the blueprint, download the blueprint, use it as your friend. Okay, the blueprint tells you pharmacology is made up of 13.75% of the exam. You know what that means? That means that 14 of your questions on the board exam is going to be geared towards pharmacology. That's either generic or brand name, therapeutic equivalents, drug interactions, strength or dosage forms, common side effects, dosage and indications of legend drugs and things of that nature. 14 of those questions are going to be on your board exam. Then the next one says 12.50% for pharmacy law and regulations. Well, 12.50% for pharmacy law and regulations means that you're going to have about 13 questions that are going to be geared towards pharmacy law and regulations, right? Marie, this book is the 4th edition. It is the 4th edition. You do not have to purchase this book. This is only for people who are struggling with math and who want to go in deeper, okay? But you don't have to purchase this. Remember, I told you it only takes one book, okay? But again, it's up to you. The next thing I want to talk about on that PTCB blueprint is sterile and non-sterile compounding. 8.75% of the exam. That means about 9 questions are going to be geared towards sterile and non-sterile compounding, and so on and so forth. I don't mind sitting down and working with you and getting you and helping you to get through this. However, I want you to see how this blueprint works, okay? So you say, well, Lindsay, you told me how many questions are on there, so what? So now that means that when you are studying and when you are using free apps, and you are studying from free PTCB exams or maybe free EXCPT exams, you want to make sure that you can confidently answer and get them correct 13 questions of that pharmacology. We want to get 12 and a half or 13 questions of medication safety questions correct. That's how you use this PTCB blueprint. You use it to show you and give you a guide as to how many questions of each section you need to study and to get correct in order to pass this board exam. Okay, I'll repeat that again. If there is 12.50% of medication safety on the board exam, 12.50% of 100 comes out to 12.5, right? That means 12.5 is over 12, so we're going to round that up to 13. That means that I need to successfully get 13 questions right on my board exam in regards to medication safety. So how am I going to do that? That means that when I'm practicing my apps, or when I am practicing on my free exams, if I am practicing on Quizlet, if I am practicing on Kahoot, whatever system you guys are using to study, that means that I want to try to get 13 medication safety questions right at that time, okay? You want to try to get 13 right because it has already given us a guide to say 12.5% of this exam is going to be made up of medication safety, right? So we want to try to get as much correct with medication safety as we possibly can. This is how you can begin to start being ahead of the curve and understanding how you can pass this exam utilizing that, okay? Elder Pruitt says laminar hood filter. The laminar hood filter, okay, you have the horizontal flow hood and then you have the vertical flow hood. Remember that the horizontal flow hood is used to compound everyday medications like antibiotics, pain meds. It can be used to compound anything that's non-hazardous. And then drugs that are non-hazardous, like chemotherapy or cytotoxic drugs, are used and normally compounded in a vertical flow hood, because the vertical air blows down and the horizontal air blows towards you, right? And when you're compounding a cytotoxic drug or a chemotherapy drug, we don't want that air blowing in your face. We actually want that air blowing down on the product so that it does not contaminate the compounding individual, okay? Another thing you need to know about aseptic techniques is you need to know how to properly wash your hands. There are many videos on YouTube that you can watch on how to properly wash your hands and how to gown up when it is time to compound anything in the laminar flow hood, okay? So that's gonna be a really great resource for you. Before I get out of here, I'm trying to make this video less than 15 minutes because my work day is over and I'm getting ready to get out of here and go get me something to eat. But what I want to share with you is I've created, and y'all don't make fun of me, I've created a little sheet that I'm going to put up, and it gives you a guide on how to study. This is what I want you to do, and I want you to try this. And I've worked with other people who've tried this before. I just wrote it down on this one because I haven't had the time to put it up yet, but I'm getting ready to do that. If you will study every 6 hours for 30 minutes, one topic, not 4 different topics at one time, study one topic every 6 hours for 30 minutes, okay? So that means that what you get to do is that if you do that, that means that you would have 3 times to study throughout your day, right? So the first time, your first 30 minutes, let's say you start at 9 o'clock in the morning. Your first 30 minutes, you say, I'm gonna focus on pharmacy calculations. For 30 minutes only on that Monday, you focus on pharmacy calculations, that's it, okay? And then you go on and you go to work or whatever it is you're doing. And then the next 6 hours, you say, okay, I'm getting ready to focus on my top 200 drug list. And for 30 minutes, only focus on the top 200 drug list, that's it, okay? And then the next time is, now at this time is 9 p.m. because remember, you're studying every 6 hours. So then you say, okay, I've done pharmacy calculations, I've done top 200 drugs. Now I'm getting ready to focus on sterile and non-sterile products. You're gonna focus on that for 30 minutes, just study it for 30 minutes, okay? If you study every 30 minutes, 3 different topics in one day from your book, plus study an app every 4 hours, in one day, that will give you 2.5 hours of study time. That means that you would have put time towards studying the book and time towards studying the app. What's happening with a lot of you all is you are overwhelming your brain. The brain will not function and act right as long as it is being overwhelmed and overcrowded. You don't want to do that. You don't want to study from 20 different books and now the information you've intake or you've studied is now spread throughout everywhere, okay? You want to make sure that you are studying from one source at one time in one topic. Because if you are studying all over the place, when you get ready to demonstrate what you learn or what you know on the exam, it's going to be all over the place, guys. All it takes is one book. One book, and for you to believe in yourself. And as long as you can do that, you can make it work. I am going to put up this study guide to show you guys how to create a study schedule for yourself that you can follow. If you can create this study schedule for yourself and follow this for about 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, you will see a significant turnaround. Some of you say, I don't have that long length. I don't have 4 to 6 weeks. I've scheduled my exam for the end of August. I've scheduled my exam for the middle of September. If that's the case, book some time with me. I would love to work with you. I want to work with you. I am always making myself available as much as I possibly can to help you guys while you are doing this, while you are doing your studying to pass the board exam, okay? Anything that I can do, I am willing to show you, and I am here for you. There are times when I'm probably messaging you guys back at 12:30 at night, you know, you guys are like, what are you doing up? But that's how dedicated I am to helping you succeed on what you're doing. So Don't beat yourself up. You're on the right track. You guys are doing what you need to do. Please continue to ask me any questions that you may have. I am here for you, and I am wishing you guys the very best. Hopefully you have a wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you guys again soon. Again, I'm going to put this information up. And if you want to know how to book my tutorial sessions, please go to LW Pharmacy School and click book now, and that will take you directly to the link. You can get on my calendar. Hope to see you guys soon. Have a great evening, and you guys are on the right path. Keep it up.